Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a detailed breakdown for you of the Blackout teaser that was included in the teaser for the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta. I've been playing a lot more Black Ops 3 lately to get ready for the beta, to get my console skills back up to par, and kind of get used to Treyarch games again. The gameplay you'll see in between trailer segments today is me using the NX Shadow Claws to take down some sweaty boys in Domination that are throwing trophy systems, they're setting up sentry turrets, and they're doing everything they can to capture the objectives and win the game. I even managed to kill a guy with his own trophy system because it detonates beside him with the Shadow Claw spam. But in case you've been living under a rock, you may not have seen the teaser trailer that was dropped for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta. It's a very highly edited, very fast-paced, short clips trailer that you're seeing right now. However, there were a few good nuggets of multiplayer in there that I want to take a brief look at, and I'm going to take a really in-depth, detailed look at the Blackout teasers. First up, I wanted to give you a look at the new AK-style weapon that was included in the game very briefly, and the specialist that has an attack dog that is assuredly going to run around the map and murder everyone. Then there is what I thought was an RCXD, but it looks more like an electrical shock RCXD. You can see it approach Crash and then go ahead and zap him. I can basically feel his pain right there going, no, why is this in the game? Speaking of which, there's some other piece of equipment that is essentially a tripwire explosive, hopefully more for objective play. There's a Sentry Gun, and then finally the regular RCXD is going to be coming back as a kill streak. They've teased quite a few maps, but the one that I'm most interested in is the Chinese map. It's by far the prettiest looking map to me and the one that I really want to play on. Okay, so that's enough of that. That's pretty standard for Call of Duty tease. Let's show off some score streaks, let's show off some abilities, let's show off some of the maps. What I really want to talk about today is Blackout, and specifically the Blackout gameplay that we actually got to see. The teaser for it is really fast-paced. It's highly edited. There's frame-by-frame teases. There's lots and lots of distortion. And while you get the idea that, yeah, it's Blackout, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, and a lot of the details are lost. So we're going to go to still frames here and take a look at it one at a time. The very first still frame I show you is one of the first ones from the teaser, where you can see very clearly Woods and Mason getting ready to get in a helicopter with what I believe is a Black Ops 3 specialist, and the other guy that approaches I unfortunately could not identify, but we've already got some of the skins and characters for Blackout revealed. And if you take a closer look, this is outside of the map Turbine, which was also teased in the original teaser. You can literally see the big turbines up there from the map Turbine, which was in Black Ops 2, so it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of the scale. Next up, the helicopter flies past a skyscraper, or at least a very tall building that's partially under construction, and I was not able to identify this particular building, but again, it does show you the scale, and I think it might be Hotel or a reimagined Hotel from Black Ops 1. Another freeze frame tease is some of the more modern soldiers fighting over a central art statue, which is very clearly the central area in Raid, which was one of my favorite maps from Black Ops 2, one of the best competitive maps in the game. It's obviously going to be coming back in Call of Duty Blackout. The next teaser is literally 1 or 2 frames where you see a boat, which is another one of the vehicles, mind you, approaching a ship, a dock work of some kind. The boat does not appear to have any weapons on it, which would indicate that the boats are for troop transport, as it seems most of the vehicles in Blackout are. But if you take a closer look at the boat, you may notice something that's familiar. Oh yes, that's cargo from Black Ops 2. You can see the solar array on top, you can see the crates and everything about it. It's just a very clever way to tease that cargo is going to be included as well. But the real meat of this video, the thing that I paid the most attention to, was the little segment of actual combat, where you've got the, let's say the helicopter versus the ATVs. Very briefly, in this one screenshot right here, you can see 2 characters from the new 9 Zombies crew. You can see Richtofen, and you can see Firebreak all going to the ATVs at the same time. A lot of mix and match, and the helicopter with Mason and Woods on it approaching from earlier. You'll also see, I believe in this case it's one of the 9 characters, break out a sniper rifle, target the helicopter, and pick one of the characters right off in a very bloody, violent sort of one-shot kill, which again would indicate to me that the helicopter doesn't have firepower on its own. It's relatively exposed and is designed more as a troop transport weapon, just like the boat. Moving along, the guys on the helicopter break out light machine guns and rifles and start spraying at the ATVs as they drive by. If you look a little closer at this image, you'll notice the ATV in the lead with Richtofen is only Richtofen on it. The passenger has already been shot out, and you'll also notice that various parts of the ATV are on fire, and they catch on fire before the ATV finally explodes, killing both the the passenger's already dead. It would just be the driver at this point. Gameplay-wise, this indicates to me that the vehicles have an independent health system, much like they do in PUBG. It's not Halo vehicles, where as long as you've got shield, the vehicle is more or less immortal. It means that you can pop the tires, you can wear the engine down. They've got some sort of health system independent of the player, and the player's health is independent as well. So if you've got a good shot, you can pick the players off, or you can just wear down the vehicles and blow them up. But perhaps most importantly of all from this entire thing is where Richtofen, for some reason, has a new passenger. He's picked up Firebreak again, and Firebreak has one of the Hellion rocket launchers from multiplayer, which he uses to lock onto the helicopter and shoot it down. Since this is a Blackout teaser, that would mean that rocket launchers are equipable items in Blackout, which would give them a very high priority, in my opinion. In a mode where survival and getting one-shot kills is extremely important, having a giant one-shot kill explosive type weapon would be very, very valuable. But more than that, you can use it to shoot down helicopters, probably boats, probably vehicles. If you're doing squads, which very clearly they're doing here, 4-man squads like every other battle royale, having somebody in your squad having an anti-vehicle rocket launcher has got to be an absolute godsend, and it's a surprising thing to add. I really didn't expect that they would have a lock-on rocket launcher. I expected you would shoot down the helicopters and boats and cars with guns, much like you would in DayZ or PUBG, but they decided to go a little bit more heavy anti-streak with it. And then we have 3 final teases in Blackout. There's a very blurry, ugly tease of an underground part of the map that I unfortunately can't identify, but it looks kind of like Moon from Zombies. Speaking of zombies, Verrucht from Zombies, albeit blurry and degraded, is very, very clearly teased in the Blackout teaser. And last but not least, there is Nuketown, a new version of Nuketown that is very, very heavily destroyed. So that's coming back. Of course it's coming back. You couldn't have a battle royale without Nuketown in it. Guys, that is all for this in-depth breakdown. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'm going to be streaming the beta very first thing Friday morning. Drifter out.